Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our coverage from Dimdex 2024, the Doha International Maritime Defense Exhibition. We're here with Frederic, who is an technical expert on battlefield systems at Mbda.
Yes.
And he's going to give us a quick overview on the Acron MP missile system. Frederic, if you could just give us a quick background on your time in Mbda.
Now I've been in Mbda for 28 years. So I've been working first in ground-to-earth systems in data fusion for island guidance. Then I work for as a specialist for navigation system, IMU and GPS, and also phonics systems for the battlefield. Then 10 years in future systems, and working also for DPERF. Then I perform again some work in future systems for finally performing technical audits on any Mbda systems. And now I join the export phase of Mbda, where I promote the last generation of Mbda battlefield systems.
Excellent. Thank you, Frederic. Can you also explain to our audience where we are standing currently, because it looks fairly dark and we can see a couple of screens along with a missile next to you.
Yes.
So can you explain where we are?
So we are in a simulation room for Acron MP systems. Acron MP systems is a very versatile missile, offers a lot of operational capability for the customer. So it's very important for the good understanding of the customer of the capability that we can illustrate in real time the various capabilities on operational scenarios. So it's here to make the operational people understand all the benefits they can take out of the Acron MP system.
Okay. Can you take us through some of the salient aspects of this new generation man-portable missile system? What makes it pretty much unbeatable at this point of time?
So first of all, Acron MP is a new name of the system which has been introduced in the French Army under the acronym of MMP. Okay? We changed the name because we enlarged the battlefield family with other missiles which are now in development, which are Acron LP. So to build an identity towards this new family, we've chosen this Greek name because Greek is at the root of Europe, and Mbda is a European company. So it was also something very easy to communicate. So if we start with the new, everything has been designed from blue sheet to have a consistent capability of the last generation. The requirement of the French Army has been drawn on the lessons learned by the French Army in operation throughout the last years in Africa, in Afghanistan, in Syria, in Iraq, etc. So what was a key of this requirement is, first, the war is unpredictable. The threats are very versatile. You need to adapt. So this led to the design of a lightweight portable system. We are here the firing post. It weighs only 11 kilo. We have with a tripod and the battery. The system has to be designed to perform war by day and night. So we have a day system, day cameras, and infrared cameras, so we can perform observation in both bands. We have also fusion mode to help detecting camouflage targets. We have the systems has no gas bottle, so the infrared camera is cool, but with a machine cooling, so it simplifies a lot. It simplifies a lot the logistics. We have a low consumption systems, so with two batteries, which are very small, you can have 24 hours mission on the battlefield without need to reloading, recharging your battery. So it's the best observation mean in service in the French infantry. So by itself, the firing post is very well appreciated by the combatants so that they can really observe the tactical situation and guide the troops on the ground. To ease the connection, to prepare the future of the battlefield, the system needs to have a GPS, and we have also a magnetic compass so that the gunner can really has an idea of his position, identify the position on a remarkable landmark, as we have also a telemeter inside of the missile. All this information can be transferred to a weapon terminal that could be operated by the team leader, and you can then on the map see the sectors of responsibility of the gunner. Sectors for observation, sectors for firing. You can define this position by the firing post, but you could also prepare your mission in advance and download this information to the firing post. So if you prepare a mission with different sections, you can go on the spot, you know where you are, you download the information, you are ready to combat, and you are ready to avoid overkill. So that's the first thing, something very modern. The interface is very simple. You have no text, only icons. You see here you have the graph bar, you know your firing direction, and you have access to the key modes of firing of the systems. First one, the basic one is anti-tank. We have the best anti-armor capability today on the market for this type of system, with more 1 meter area shape penetration solely by the main warhead. We have a tunnel shape charge, also last generation, capable of defeating any explosive reactive armor. That's the key thing. But you may have some difficult targets. You can be in warfare, in urban warfare. You may have some snipers that threaten your troop. You may have identified the position of an enemy C2. You may have a VIP living in a pickup, so the soft target. Typical anti-armor warheads are not that efficient to defeat this type of target. So what has been assigned to Mbda is to optimize the warheads of the system, the lethal package, to have an additional capability. And this is typically our anti-infrastructure mode. So solely by software and by the knowledge of the missile behavior, we can propose another mode of firing for the gunner to neutralize this time-critical target. In addition, so typically we can defeat personnel within infrastructure. But you can also have other scenarios where you have personnel in the open. It could be a group of key personnel operating a mortar. You can have an ID operator, and typically you want to neutralize them. And we have a lessons learned from a special forcing we have been operating in Afghanistan, and they were on a hill. There was a friendly convoy going back to the forward operating base, and they seen an ambush in preparation. And with classical means, they had nothing as accurate with the right lethal effect to neutralize this personnel. So with accurate MP, we could have provided the right answer. Because not only we have a very precise guidance, but we have also some anti-personnel fragments around the main target to have a lethal effect. So before firing, you select your mode, and you have also possibility to select the type of trajectory. Lofted for top attack and anti-armor, direct for anti-infrastructure with it optimal. In terms of technology, the warhead by itself is really at the state of the art. But we have also a camera, in fact 2 cameras, an infrared and TV to perform capability to fight by neon light, but also against cold and warm targets. Cold targets are difficult to be neutralized by infrared, so you can use a TV camera. So before the firing, if you observe the situation in TV, you will select automatically TV mode for the missile. If you are in infrared, you select automatically the infrared mode. In that case, once again, high resolution, very good image quality, and no gas bottle, so it's uncooled camera for infrared to simplify the logistic. That is the second major evolution. Third evolution, unique. The first one, we have an IMU, a Never Show Navigation Central Unit within the missile, so that the missile always knows its own position and attitude, which allows the missile to fire on targets which are not visible from the firing position, but whose position has been transmitted possibly by a drone operator. Selection of this mode is very simple. You press a button, that's it. You see at the symbology a missile flying above an obstacle. So very simple to program, very simple to understand. So that's this first a key requirement of the system. Last but not least, we have a data link between the missile and the firing post, so that during the flight, the gunner can supervise the firing and make the optimal choice. So I will make a first example of this tactical situation. This is typically a scenario where you have two sections of Acheron MP operating. The idea is to prepare an attack onto the small villages. We have a group operating from behind a hill. We operate with a drone, and their mission is to detect targets within the village and neutralize them, and we will fire in beyond line of sight mode. On the southern part, we have, in fact, an Acheron MP infantry post operating with an infantry fighting vehicle with turrets, equipped also with Acheron MP. The same munition can be used by the infantry and by the cavalry, exactly the same. For the observation, we rely on the infantry firing post, which is more discreet, and the armor vehicle will enter into action once we've detected any hostile activity. So on the south flank of the village, we observe the situation and we have to destroy enemy tank column. So we'll start with the... Let's start with a typical firing and observation. So we are in large field of view, and we can have an indication of possibly enemy position. So we are in the firing post images. So with the narrow field of view, we can be accurate in aiming the target. So I'm not very good because I'm not in a very comfortable position. So now we are starting locking on the target with the missile. Now is the video of the missile. What we've done is that we made a comparison of the two images before the firing, so that we align perfectly the centers of the two images. So thanks to the firing post, you can be very accurate, you remain stable, you switch on the missile, you are exactly on the same point. So you save time, and you can press the button, and the missile goes solely in the fire and forget mode, as we can do with other systems. But with the back image, video streams coming from the missile, we can see a more valuable target. And with the crosshair under the control of the gunner, we can change the target in flight and adjust on the point you want to see. So you can retarget. It has several interesting capabilities. You can typically be in position, see a moving target, start on preparing the engagement, and before the firing, the tank eyes itself beyond an obstacle. With classical system, with third generation, typically Cornet, or even for third generation with Javelin, you cannot engage with targets. With Acheron MP, you can bypass this obstacle, find the target in flight, and allocate it to the missile. Okay, so we can typically go with the tank column. So we have started the attack of the defense. Now we are incoming tanks on the road. So you imagine at that moment the armor fighting vehicle, typically a VBCI from Nexter, enters into action, and we will lock. So you follow the tank during. Okay, I miss it. So it's not very important. I will relocate on it because I'm not very comfortable. Okay. Okay, so you see, now the missile is locked onto the target. It follows it solely. So I press. So the missile can go to fire and forget. So I want to engage as soon as possible the second target. So I unrack the first mission. I put another one. And we are preparing to engage. Or maybe I have a more valuable one. Okay. Okay, so the first target has been destroyed. The column is stopping. So you see, oh, I engage this one. I would prefer to engage that one. So you see, you have a lot of flexibility. If you are coordinating with others, you can relocate that in flight. And this has been demonstrated by real firing. Okay, so this is typically classical combat situation where you are in nearly face-to-face situation. The man on the loop offers you possibility to adjust your effect and also to optimize the aiming point. Now we are going to the other part of the scenario where we are operating from behind the hill. So we are undetectable by the enemy. The team leader is operating close to a drone operator, which is in this case the French drone NX-70 from Mbda, which is a light drone, already in service and also combat proven as Acron MP. And through this drone, you can scoot above the village and locate a tank. So this tank is assigned to the gunner to be detected. So first of all, the drone operator transmits the target position to the team leader. So the position appears on the map of the weapon terminal. The team leader can assess that the target is reachable by the missile. Once it's validated, the information is transmitted to the gunner, which parameter is firing in lock-on after launch. So now the system has received the position of the target. So the gunner steers the system in direction of the target, prepare the firing. So we have an analysis phase. So we prepare the missile navigation system. So the missile knows its trajectory and also has already oriented the camera towards the target. So the gunner during the flight will have to analyze the video coming from the missile, and also will do the team leader. So we have two pairs of eyes to scrutinize the videos. In this case, the information given by the drone is very accurate, so we find it very easily. And you benefit from the video coming from the missile to try to locate our targets. Okay, this was for the infantry, for the land forces, but this system is of great interest for the special forces. So now we are going to naval scenario. So in these cases, you are on the rib. It is the rib from the Cylinger. So we made this scenario in close cooperation with them. And on the coast, you have to neutralize an observation tower or possibly enemy defense. So the difficulty in that naval scenario is that everything is moving, so aiming accurately as we did is impossible. So in that case, we are selecting the naval mode, where you will see that we will have an intermediate step before firing. So we keep the target as much as possible in the field of view, but you see that now the image is stabilized. In fact, we have stabilized the missile camera in the vertical plane, so in the video it's much easier. We have a small drift, and it's much easier to target the objective. Now, when the missile is in flight, it does not change anything. We still can observe the tactical situation. The team leader has identified a more valuable target, a tank, so he gave me the order to select it. So even from the sea, we have been able to neutralize targets which were not detectable from the sea. So this is an evolution that illustrates the capability, the various modes of accurate NP systems.
Thank you. We've gone beyond our time limit, but I'm just going to quickly add a couple of points from you.
Yes.
How heavy does the system weigh if it's man-portable?
15 kilo for the munition and 11 kilo for the firing post and the tripod and the battery.
And where does it stand among the generation of anti-tank guided missiles?
So all these technologies and code system, high resolution IMU makes the system the first 5th generation missile in the world today.
So thank you very much for your time.